Motion Industries has some 30-plus fluid power service centers across the country. Within those service centers, we offer a high level of hydraulic system assembly and fabrication. We do gearbox repair. We do hydraulic component repair consisting of pumps, valves, motors, hydraulic cylinders and pneumatic cylinders. And we're also involved at the customer level and plant level with hydraulic service.
On the pneumatic side, we do offer repair services in the shop. Typically what we're talking about when we talk about pneumatic repair, we're talking about repairing pneumatic cylinders and actuators. Usually on the valves and accessory components, most of the time those are uneconomical to repair just due to the cost.
The customer contacts our salesman, and the salesman contacts a specialist. The specialist goes out and figures out what the customer actually needs, and then they contact the engineering department to get a quote on the power unit, and then we build the power unit per that customer's schematic and bill of materials.
We go to customers' locations regardless of where they are or what kind of industry they're in. If they've got something that's hydraulic that they need help with, we go and do that.
We have service centers all over the United States and Canada. And I think the differential between Motion Service Centers and other people's is really our people. We invest a lot of money in buildings and inventory, machinery, but we spend a lot of time training our people, retaining our people, and bringing our people along, training them to do new things and state-of-the-art things.
Our fluid power shops are strategically located to service our customer base along with our branches. And our shops offer 24/7, 365-day-a-year service. So if a customer's down, there's a shop that's local to him that we can get that product to that shop for repair or estimate the cost and determine whether we need to give him a new product.
The capabilities of the shop are primarily fluid power and mechanical, and on the fluid power end of it, what we like to focus on is the reliability aspect of it. When we disassemble a cylinder, we take measurements on the piston versus the barrel to make sure the tolerances are intact, and then we take measurements on the rod versus the gland and make sure the clearances are correct on those. And if we see any obvious signs of failure, we'll make sure that we note that in a notebook to the branch.
A lot of cylinders have very long lead times, are complicated. We would bring the cylinder in, tear it down, inspect it, provide the customer with a scope of work of what needs to be done. And we can turn that product around in days rather than waiting months to get a new cylinder so that they can get their facility up and running again.
For our hydraulic cylinder department, we create detailed reports including pictures for our customers so that they have an understanding of the components and why they failed, and help their customers understand what happened with them. And we also provide spin testing and vibration analysis and thermal imagery for our gearbox repairs, and that too helps relate to our customers what happened to their components and why they failed and what's damaged and what we can do to help them correct the problems.
Pneumatic panels are built for a wide variety of applications. We've actually just finished a panel at our fluid power shop for a large automotive customer here in town. What they were needing was 4 different stations doing paint spraying. So what we were able to do is put a 4-station manifold inside of a panel along with other components, an ASCO valve, SMC valves, regulators to control the paint pressure. And we were also able to mount a PLC and to complete the process. So we were able to do this in a really tight package for the customer to meet his needs.
About 15 years ago, Motion embarked with a couple of our suppliers on a program to build NFPA cylinders. An NFPA cylinder is built to a National Fluid Power Association standard, and we do up to, I think in some locations, up to 10-inch bore on the cylinders. Now, our suppliers for that program, we actually build that cylinder with their guidelines, and we actually put the Motion and supplier's name on that cylinder.
We have a plan with Aventix, was Rexroth, on building hydraulic and pneumatic cylinders for them. We stock an incredible amount of inventory. We can build pneumatic cylinders up to 12-inch and hydraulic cylinders up to 8 inch, which means that if your customer breaks down and they need a 6-inch bore, 120-inch long cylinder in the middle of the night on Sunday night, they can call up one of the service centers that is in that program and they can get it done. Repair versus replace is going to give the customer an idea of exactly what's going on with his equipment. When you just replace it with a new or you replace it with a remanufactured item, then you're not sure exactly what caused the failure was necessarily. You don't know a lot about what's going on with the equipment. And so you've got all kinds of factors that the customer can tune into by talking to our technicians, by talking to the people in the shop. Repairing an item is going to be, as a general rule, a lot cheaper than replacing it with a new one. And you're going to have often a longer warranty, and you're going to have a quality repair that should last as long as the new one.
All of our shops have standards that they perform to, and really our standard at Motion Industries is the customer satisfaction.
A lot of my competition, you'll have hydraulic services and repairs that are offered, and you won't have the mechanical or the electrical repair that can be offered at the same time. So what we end up seeing is our customers are having to use 2 or 3 different sources for a job where we can do it in one. So the ability to do the electrical, mechanical, and the hydraulic all in one saves them transactional cost. It saves them time from having to go to several different places and deal with several different people.
We just completed a 550-gallon water project with those two ALO2 in Mobile. They use it to clean out the tanks. So it pumps up to 500 gallons of water through the tanks to get them everything flushed out.
We get a lot of farmers and what have you, and do a lot of peanuts down here and a lot of row crops. And so we had one that had blown his cylinder out on his tractor in the field while they're trying to harvest, and brought it in, and he had tried to work on it himself and cut the cylinder open with a blowtorch, but he needed it back quick, and our guys were able to get the parts in overnight, get it all put back together to factory specs, and get it back to him the next day. And that he was very happy. He boiled us a big bag of peanuts and brought them into us.
The guy calls you at 3:30 in the afternoon and he says, look, I'm down and I need this first thing in the morning. And you call Birmingham and they'll build it and get it out the same day.
When you look at repairs and you look at shops, it's a relationship. And the shops are great for relationships.
Motion's fluid power shops are loaded with knowledge of people. We've got people with 30 years experience, 40 years experience. We're there to help anybody that needs help as far as any kind of problems, whether it be mechanical gearboxes, hydraulic power units, repairs, whatever problems they have hydraulically or mechanically, we're there to help.
What sets us apart from our competition is the experience level that we have, the experience level that we hire, and the factory training and support that we get.
Our customers expect Motion Industries to be from A to Z. They want us to be able to sell them new product. They want us to come in and troubleshoot. They want us to recommend state-of-the-art new things. But they also want us to be able to utilize the assets that they already own. So by us providing the service of being able to repair product and to get it back to them, it only increases our value to the customer and makes them want to be more in tune with what Motion does.